The White Bear Area Chamber of Commerce and On Location TV 19 are proud to present Your Business Matters, dedicated to your business needs. The White Bear Area Chamber is a nonprofit business organization serving as an advocate for the White Bear area and its business community. Now here is the Executive Director of the White Bear Area Chamber and the host of Your Business Matters, Tom Snell.
Welcome to Your Business Matters, brought to you by the White Bear Area Chamber of Commerce. Each month, we interview community leaders and local business owners so you can be informed about the developments in the White Bear area. Today, I am pleased to welcome Joan RBC Little, Launch Coordinator for Level Up Academy. It's a new charter school in our community, and she will be joined by Christine Morrison, a parent activist from the school. Thank you very much for coming to Your Business Matters. I appreciate you being here today.
Thank you.
And I want to ask you a few questions, if I may, to start off with our interview. First of all, what is a charter school? I've heard that they're private schools. I've heard that they have tuition increases each year. What can you tell me about a charter school?
A charter school is a public school, Tom.
Okay.
It's paid for by the state in the same way that our district schools are paid for by the state. And there's federal funding too, of course. So a charter school those started about 1990, almost 25 years ago now, by actually one of the leaders that's involved in our organization. And what happened was, as a group of parents and educators got together in 1990 and said, we need to have parent voice and teacher voice more prominent in our public schools.
Right.
And that's how the legislation began. And so at this point, now we have charter schools all over the country, many of them here in Minnesota. 37 to 40,000 students in Minnesota are in charter schools. So it's a public school of choice.
Yeah.
For kids in White Bear.
Now, and you said in White Bear, so is this the first charter school actually in White Bear?
It's actually the first one in the city of White Bear.
Okay.
AFSA, where Christine works, as a matter of fact.
Okay.
It was the first one in the White Bear area.
School district
Okay.
area.
And Christine, what can you tell me about the passions that you have for this new charter school in the White Bear area? What are some of the reasons that inspired you to get involved in the new programs here?
The main reason I'm really excited about Level Up Academy is because my kids have experienced personalized learning in a classroom in third grade, both of them. And they went from not being very confident in mathematics to dividing triple digits. And to me, their confidence level was boosted, and I just saw them blossom as students. And one of the beauties of it is there was not a lot of homework for them to have to do that. They learned a lot of things through the classroom, through the teacher, and through gamification.
Okay, and that brings me to a real interesting question here. You talked about personalized learning and curriculum. What can you tell me again about this new school, how it's different than maybe some of the other options that are offered at other public schools in White Bear? And you mentioned personalized learning. And how is that incorporated into this new school?
What my children experienced was they were taught at their level. They were not pushed beyond that level until they mastered that level. I think what happens a lot of times in typical classrooms is kids get a certain amount of, say, subtraction for a period of time, and then they're moved on to the next thing. Whereas personalized learning for my children was they went through a process through gamification of learning, say, subtraction, multiplication, division through a game, and until they mastered that level and then retained what they learned, then they were able to move on to the next level.
Okay.
So I can tell you what we're going to be doing in the fall with our new students. When they come to us, we will do assessments to see where they are, both developmentally as well as academically. And then we'll make decisions to design a personalized learning plan. And in that plan, it will state where the kids are and where they need to go to meet the standards to move on to the next level. And
Okay.
that's how we come up with Level
And
Up
this
Academy.
is different than how the other public schools operate in White Bear, would you say?
It is. It's different than how most schools operate throughout the country. Many schools are beginning to take this on, and they're using a blended learning model, either with games like Christine's kids
Sure.
were using, or with projects, different kinds of manipulatives, small group instruction, and sometimes large group instruction to get to the individual needs for that personalized plan.
And I get that brings me up. So, what is your mission and vision then as a new charter school in our area?
Well, I love the mission and vision because it incorporates some of my favorite words, joy and curiosity. So our vision is all children have limitless, joyful curiosity and capacity for reaching their potential. And our mission is by tapping the intrinsic motivation and curiosity of every child, we deliver higher than usual growth. So what you were saying about games, when we spark the kids' curiosity to do better, to figure out a problem, and they're more motivated to continue trying.
Okay.
And there's many educational philosophers, Vygotsky, Montessori, Piaget, that look at the developmental stages of children and aim the instruction that way.
And has this option been tried before? I mean, is it something that you know that's going to work?
Yes.
Okay.
It hasn't been tried before exactly to the scale. Anywhere in Minnesota. This will be the first one in Minnesota.
In the nation?
In the nation, but I wouldn't know the exact locations. There's a
Sure.
couple of places I heard in the southeast and out in the California area. Now, the Department of Education has given us school district number 4233, and they're behind us. They really want
Oh,
this.
they are?
Oh, yes. They want us to succeed, and they've given us a charter to go forward and to open the school.
Okay.
We work with an authorizer, Innovative Quality Schools.
And what is an
and they-
authorizer?
Well,
An
that's a good
authorizer
question,
is
too. An authorizer is between the state and us, and
Okay.
they make sure that the charter schools that they're overseeing are being accountable to the state. Accountable means your finances are in order, your students are achieving better, at least as good as they're supposed to, or better.
So
and
that
on.
means that the parents that go to the charter school, then you don't have to worry about issues related to, is the money being appropriately targeted towards where it's supposed to go, and
You're
those
right.
sorts of things.
You're exactly
And
right.
that's what this authorizer then does. Okay.
And so there's certain reporting processes that all schools, all public schools in
Sure.
Minnesota do to the Department of Ed. And on top of that, charter schools have to do an extra couple of layers, and the authorizer then makes sure that we do that.
Okay. And you mentioned about funding. You said you get money from the state and maybe some money from the federal government. But I wanted to go back a little bit to the funding issue. Number one, do you get the same amount of money that a student would get that would go to like a White Bear other public school district? And number two, are you going to have enough money to operate?
We will have enough money to operate.
Okay.
We've been very fortunate. We had some wonderful leaders in our organization before they hired me. I was hired in January as a part of the federal charter school startup grant funding that Level Up Academy received. In that funding, it's very competitive, and so only a certain amount of schools in the state received it this cycle. And that money is enough for us to hire teachers, to set up classrooms, to get the technology we need, and do these recruitment kinds of activities that we're going to be holding this month.
Great, wonderful. And then I just want to end up real quickly with enrollment. I mean, because that's an important part, is you've got to get the students to sign up for Level Up Academy. So
Yes.
what is your enrollment projections, and how far along are you in that?
Well, our enrollment, that's a good question as well. Our IQS, Innovative Quality Schools, our authorizer, has a goal for us to show very positive growth in our enrollment. We need to be close to 90 in May. And if we can meet our May 1st goal of 90 students, then we can go forward with our school. 150 is the max. The state has told us that we cannot have more than 150 students, which is wonderful. It's about a 1 to 15, 1 to 18 teacher-student ratio.
That's
it's
really
small
good.
class sizes for all the
Absolutely.
kids. So I love the small community. You know, the enrollment goal is tough, but we already have many passionate parents that have signed up like Christine, and we have families that are very interested. So we have 2 community meetings coming up in April, one on the 18th at the new library here in White Bear Lake, and then another one on the 25th in the Maplewood Library. And both are all day, and you can come in and learn more about
Great,
Level Up Academy.
wonderful, that's great. We will be taking a short break now. Carol McFarland will be joining us. She is the board liaison to Friends of Level Up Academy.
Introducing a new day of the week, someday. Now, everything you were going to do someday is on the calendar. Want to retire someday? You'll really want this. A My Social Security account at socialsecurity.gov. You can estimate your future benefits and manage current benefits online. Millions of people have a My Social Security account. Get yours today, because someday is here at socialsecurity.gov.
Thank you for joining us. We have been touching on the new charter school in White Bear Lake, Level Up Academy. Joining us is Carol McFarland. Thank you very much, Carol,
Thanks,
for
Don.
being on the program.
Appreciate you having us.
And I want to ask both of you a couple more questions, if I may. First of all, when you look at the White Bear School District, they have an elected board of people that they go out regular elections during the election season. How does a charter school determine their leadership, their elected leadership?
Well, we do have a school board.
Well,
We
you
have
do,
to by law
okay.
because we are a public school.
Uh-huh.
And our chair is Ember Reichcott-Young, who was the main author from the Senate
She was
20
in the
years ago.
legislature, yes.
She was a senator who was able to get this legislation through for charter schools. So she's our chair. Our vice chair is Curtis Johnson. He's, with Education Evolving, has had many different roles throughout the years.
Okay.
But one of the things that's significant is he wrote a book with Clayton Christensen called Disrupting Class that a lot of people have used. And so also, I could go on and on. We have a very good board. Ultimately, though, we will be having more teachers on our board taking over
Well,
because
they're teachers, so the teachers in the school, are you talking about teachers in the school are actually part of the process of the charter
Right.
school then?
We have a founding board now, but ultimately it will be a board it will be a teacher-led school, so teachers will be part of the board.
Oh, so
to
they'll
make
they'll be accountable to their own decisions then.
Definitely.
I guess that's
Yes.
the best way to put
Yeah,
it.
That's right.
definitely.
That's a good option.
I think it's great because
Yeah.
teachers are professionals and they know
Right.
what's best for the students that they're working with, and so this is a great way for them
Absolutely.
to have a say.
And
So
if you'd like to know more about our board members, it's on our website, levelupacademy.org,
Okay.
and there's a link for board members, and it has their bios, so you can read them all.
So when the school opens, it'll have this founding board, and then
Mm-hmm.
eventually, then you'll have an elected board that'll be made up of teachers and parents and
Mm-hmm. Right.
maybe others, right?
Community members.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to find out about that. That's
Yeah.
really interesting. I appreciate that very much. Now, teachers, that's the next thing. How do you find the best quality teachers? You're a startup charter school. You're not a formal school in the White Bear District. So what do you do to find quality teachers?
It's been kind of exciting. So we
Okay.
crafted a wonderful job posting, and we put it out there in multiple areas, places that have gone across the country and places that are right here in Minnesota. And we've gotten applicants from all over the country, and they're individuals that have specialties, and there's individuals that are generalists. And some of them have a lot of experience, and some of them have not a lot of experience. I had a
Okay.
parent call me last week who was very interested in the school. She said, "Are they going to be all new teachers?" I said, "Well, an ideal team would be a combination, because a new teacher brings new practice and new enthusiasm, and a more experienced teacher will bring best practice and experience." So we're creating a team of teacher leaders through
Right,
posting
right.
throughout the country.
And you've been fairly successful in finding the type of staff that you need, academic staff.
We'll be doing interviews probably in early May, but we're collecting applications now, and I'm communicating with them about questions they have.
Yeah. How about transportation? That's another big issue. How are students going to get to your school? I mean, do you have bus service just like the other public schools? How do they get to where you are?
One of the great reasons that we're choosing the location that we've chosen, which will hopefully be at the Rock Point Church, the former Rock Point Church,
Okay.
at 2600 County Road E East, right
Okay.
here in White Bear, is because of its proximity to the White Bear District schools. The state has a law that charter schools need to be able to partner with local districts for transportation. There's a funding stream that will go from our school to the White Bear Lake District. We're going to be meeting with Dr. Lovett in the next couple of weeks, and we'll
Okay.
begin those plans. By July 1st, it should all be settled down. We'll have our enrollment, our addresses. The transportation department will figure it all out.
Parents shouldn't have to worry then
No,
about how they're going to get their kids to the school.
Right, but there's before care too, Tom, you
Yeah.
know, and after care as well.
Right, right. Just a couple other things too. You mentioned about partnerships. You mentioned that you're partnering with the White Bear School District on transportation. Are there any other types of partnerships that you're looking at, maybe with other charter schools, maybe with the community in general? If you could elaborate a little bit on that.
We have been in conversations with a lot of organizations and charter schools in the area about that very topic.
Okay.
And so that's what we want to do, is partner as much as we can. But one thing I want to clarify, this is
Okay.
not just about the White Bear School District. This is about the Northeast Metro.
Okay, all right.
Because right now, if you want the public school, charter school experience, you either have to go to Woodbury, Stillwater, Forest Lake, or into St. Paul. So right now, there's a void in the area for a public school choice for parents and students.
So somebody maybe that is in Matamidi, for example,
Or North St. Paul,
Oakdale,
Mapleville,
or North
yes,
St. Paul,
right.
would have an opportunity then to also go to your charter school if they
So we
want.
consider this more regional than we do about
Okay.
one school district.
So it isn't a
It-
school district. It's
We are our own school district.
right.
So we are pulling from
Uh-huh.
a region more so than we are from a district.
Oh, it's
So we are,
interesting.
yes, yeah. We don't have boundaries.
Okay, that's interesting. That's
So,
nice
for
to
example,
know.
if
Yeah.
a family is a commuting family from Forest Lake, and the parents work, say, at one of the clinics in Maplewood,
Uh-huh.
and they really love this concept, they could drop their child off at Level Up Academy, and then go off to work, and then
Sure.
come back and pick their child up, and then go home to Forest Lake.
Okay.
Or vice versa, if someone works, say, in White Bear, but lives in North St. Paul, they could do
Okay.
it that way.
All right.
Yeah.
How about your school calendar? That's another important aspect. Are you is your calendar the same as other schools around, or is it different? What
This is a
aspects can you
September
tell
to
me about
June
that?
school. This is a September to June school, so it's
Okay.
the 9-month calendar that's most traditional
Yep,
in our
yep.
state. Because of our transportation partnerships, we're going to be aligning it with the White Bear Lake calendar.
Okay.
So,
But that can make it easier too, because then parents can know ahead of time what things will be happening in the school calendar year.
exactly.
Wonderful.
But think how empowered parents can be in this environment also.
Yeah.
And knowing that their child is getting personalized learning, and that they're actually finding mastery before they move up to another level. I mean, that's something that when you're in a bigger classroom, that it's harder to follow. And so I'm very excited about it.
Yeah.
What's really exciting too, I used to be a gifted and talented teacher when I started out as an educator, and so some children are accelerated learners in some subjects and not accelerated in others.
Right.
In this model, they'll be able to continue in the path that they're doing well in, and it will help build them confidence for the
Sure.
ones that are more challenging.
Yeah.
Because they won't be held
Okay.
back.
I think the final question that I have is, what grades is
good
for the
question.
charter school?
We're authorized by Minnesota Department of Education to do K through 8. But we
Okay.
are going to start with K through 5.
All right.
With the idea of adding another grade every year. So that
All the
we-
way to the
8th
time
grade.
when students would graduate then?
Well, go to 8th grade and then go
Okay,
on
8th
to the
grade. Okay.
high school, wherever they would
All
choose.
right. Well, that's really interesting. Now, if somebody wants to get in touch with your charter school, how would they go about doing it?
Well, we've got advertisements in the paper, and
Yes.
we're going to be putting this insert in, and I'll leave a copy of this for the channel here so that you can put it up as well. But we have a website,
Okay.
and I have a phone number as well.
All right.
Our website is levelupacademy.org,
Okay.
and the phone number is 651-210-1860.
Wonderful.
And we're there, and we'll answer questions. We've also got a Facebook page that's been kind of fun. We've been getting frequently asked questions, have been building on there, and it's very exciting. Thank you, Tom, for having us here at Business Matters, and I'm just very excited to be leading this opportunity for kids.
We're very excited to have this new charter school in the White Bear area. So thank both of you for making this opportunity available for the community at large.
Thank you,
Thank
Tom.
you much.
Thank you.
Now for a brief announcement about Chamber upcoming events. On April 30th, the White Bear Area Chamber honors standout businesses in our community based on innovation, community involvement, and profitability. This event will take place at Keller Golf Club on April 30th. Registration is at 11:30 a.m., followed by luncheon program from 12 to 1:30. For more information, visit our website and at www.whitebearchamber.com. This has been Your Business Matters. I'm Tom Snell. Thank you very much for watching.
You've been watching Your Business Matters. For more information on this program or the White Bear Area Chamber, visit www.whitebearchamber.com or call 651-429-8593.